Hi, everyone. Welcome to Movies with My Mother. I am Lexi,
And I'm Mom Lori.
and today we watched Halloween 2,
We did.
the original Halloween 2 from 1981. It was rated R.
You mean there was a different Halloween too?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
There's Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Oh, that one. No. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was 92 minutes long,
Yep.
and it was directed by Rick Rosenthal.
Yes.
I read that this was his directorial debut.
Uh yes. But he has done lots of other movies and television mostly.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. This got a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes,
Mm.
40 on Metascore, and 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, which I think for this movie is fair.
Yeah.
It's because it's not a great movie.
30 on Rotten Tomatoes?
33.
That I think's a bit low. No?
Well, I think cinematically it's not a great movie.
Oh no, huh?
It's one of those kind of fan movies. Like the people that like it,
Yeah.
but it's not one of those movies that people revisit very often.
Okay.
Which is why I was kind of surprised to see like a lot of the Halloween sequels on Peacock. We watched this on Peacock,
Yes, we
which
did.
has an awesome selection of scary movie titles this
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yes, that's
We've
been
watched several.
it's been the whole month.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The budget was about $2.5 million,
Yes.
and the worldwide gross, which was the exact same as the domestic gross. Did you read that?
I read that and I thought that that can't possibly be
Was
correct.
a little over 25.5 million.
Yeah. I think that there's something is amiss there. It can't be both. Do you think?
Well, maybe it didn't have an international audience.
Oh no, it was released in other countries.
Because it was banned in other countries.
Yes. Yes. And I have that somewhere. We'll talk
Uh,
about that later.
yeah, I
But
have
yeah.
that too. So yeah, it did get an international release. Yeah, because I wrote something else down about international releases. Well, I don't know. Maybe it just didn't fare well in either market and they just kind of threw it together.
Yeah, that could be.
Hmm.
We've seen that before though.
Now this
And
is a
we've wondered about that too.
Yeah, now this is a an ongoing meme that you see around Halloween time. I've shot him 6 times, 6 times.
Yeah.
After Dr. Loomis shoots Michael Myers 6 times, Michael escapes and a traumatized Laurie is taken to the hospital, though Michael is not far behind.
Nope.
Is the basic plot of the movie, and just death is in the wake.
Yeah, blood and guts everywhere.
Yeah.
And there was some little bit of dislike there. Carpenter wanted the blood and guts and gore, and Rick Rosenthal didn't. He wanted a more suspenseful movie, so he wasn't as thrilled with all the murdering.
Well, it's a slasher movie,
Yeah.
so there needs to be the hack and slash of it all.
Yeah, what did I see there?
But in the original Halloween movie, there was no blood. So it didn't need to be bloody to be hack and slashy still.
Right. I have 14 deaths in this movie.
Well, it said there were 10 at the hospital alone. 10
Right.
and counting.
Right.
And that doesn't include the teenage girl that was alone in her
Right.
house
Talking on the phone.
and the boy that was smashed by
Oh yeah,
the
that was
car.
ugly.
So that's a solid 12.
Yeah.
Where do the other two come in? I don't know. Do they count Dr. Loomis as dead?
No.
Hmm.
Okay. I'll think about that. Weren't they hauling? They found the people dead in the house.
Did they count those two?
They must
The
have.
three dead bodies in the
They
house?
must have.
That's cheap shot.
So wouldn't that be 14?
That would be
No,
15.
that'd be 15.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Well, maybe there weren't 10 bodies in the hospital.
Well, it was all the nurses, the
There were two
nurses' aide.
nurses, the nurse's aide, the head nurse lady,
Yep. The
and the
the
ambulance guy.
the
That's
ambulance
5.
guy. The
The
security guard.
Yeah, that's 6.
And then, of course, at the end, it was the officer,
The marshal, so that's
marshal.
7.
7.
So where do the other 3 bodies come in? Oh, the doctor.
Oh, yeah, the doctor.
That's 8.
Yeah. Okay. Were there more nurses in there than we remembered?
I don't think so.
Uh-uh.
There was the cute little the with the blonde short hair, the slut,
Yeah.
and the nurse's aide, and the head nurse lady that was all business.
Right.
No being nice to nobody.
No.
Yeah, that's all the nurses you saw,
Right.
and the nurse's aide.
Right. The 3 nurses and the nurse's aide. 2 nurses. Oh, well.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm not rewatching it.
No. The cast is Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yep.
Donald Pleasance, both reprising their roles. Charles Cyphers also reprising his role.
Mhm.
Jeffrey Kramer, Lance Guest, Pamela Susan Shoop, Hunter Von Leer, Dick Warlock, Gloria Gifford, and it went on and on and on as like top billed cast, and I just stopped writing
Right.
because like everybody seemed to have been a top billed cast member.
Right. And it seemed like that there was some because in the first movie Jamie Lee Curtis was not top billed.
No, she got an introducing credit at the end.
Right. Right. And I have to wonder, was that maybe a bone of contention? Because remember when the first screen came on, Jamie Lee Curtis was higher than the I can't even think of the guy.
Donald Pleasance?
Yes.
Okay.
So it was considered that she got top billing,
Yeah.
even though she was only in the movie for about 25
I
minutes.
saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like most of the top billed people were only in the movie for
Just a little.
minutes.
Yeah. Strange. But yeah. And I saw, what did I see? Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
I saw that on the list and I thought, what the heck?
Yeah. And it sure was.
Yeah.
Garth himself.
Yeah.
Um, the movie was written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill.
Yes.
They had not planned on doing a sequel.
Nope.
So when they had to begin writing a sequel, it was kind of a slapdash effort. And uh, John Carpenter spent a lot of time drinking about it.
Yep.
And this was just kind of chat out and produced.
Yes. And even when Rosenthal was tapped to be the director,
hmm
he, the other guy was asked first.
John Carpenter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when he didn't really want it, there was another director, Tommy Lee Wallace, but apparently there was too much blood in it for him.
Oh,
So
okay.
he moved on to Halloween 3.
Okay.
And even David Lynch was considered as a director.
David Lynch at the time only known for Eraserhead and The Elephant Man, but The Elephant Man was like an Oscar-winning movie.
Right.
It's a fantastic film.
Well,
I've never seen Eraserhead though. I'm afraid. Justin's watched it a few times.
okay.
He's just like I had to overcome my fear and watch it. And he's just like and it was nothing. I was just like cuz it's a lot of symbolism.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his Rosenthal's wife, Nancy Stevens, was Nurse Chambers.
Okay.
So
Sure.
they had met on the set and married
Oh, okay.
eventually.
Did you see when Michael's walking through like the city center, like the downtown USA area?
Yes.
He walked past the kid with the boombox.
Yes.
That was Dick Warlock's son.
Oh, yes, I read that. There was another one of his sons did something else. I got so much writing. It's crazy what I just kept writing stuff.
I read that um Carpenter mostly shot out this script for monetary reasons because he kind of felt like he got shafted
Yes.
on the first movie.
Yes. That's what I heard too.
And he has said that this movie is an abomination and just a general horrible movie.
Right? He had said that. And some of the scenes at the time, NBC was going to start showing Halloween the movie
Okay.
on the television set,
Okay.
and they went to Carpenter while this was filming and said, "We need some more stuff for the other movie because it's not long enough." So he was writing stuff and filming stuff during the movie for the other movie.
Oh,
And Rick Rosenthal got all bent out of shape about that. Well, I can understand that. We're
yeah.
we're doing this way. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, that's weird.
So he was mad because it was all disjointed and out of his set routine.
Oh,
So he wasn't happy about that.
weird.
Yeah.
This is the only Halloween sequel or Halloween movie to feature the morning after Halloween. Every other movie ends on Halloween night.
Oh, yes, I did read that.
Hmm.
Because after so and so got killed, everybody else was not killed on Halloween. Like
I had
all the people in the hospital were not killed on Halloween.
because I had to count it out. I was talking to the girl that cuts my hair about this, and she's like, "Well, how many Halloweens are there?" And I had to think about it. There's 9 Halloweens. There's the 3 that just came out, and there's 2 Rob Zombies. So that's 15.
Okay.
Four, 14. 9 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2.
Wait a minute, that's some
14.
clue.
Not 9 plus 5 is 14.
Plus 2 is 16.
Plus 2 is 16. Okay. I know. I work with a calculator, okay? Not my
Not your
fingers.
fingers? Okay.
Halloween 2, like I said in our TikTok, which by the way is silly, go check it out.
Yeah.
Halloween 2 did better at the box office than The Howling, Friday the 13th Part 2, and a movie called The Final Conflict, which I know nothing about.
Okay.
But we have watched Friday the 13th Part 2 for this podcast because it is my favorite Friday the 13th.
Okay.
It's the Jason in the sack mask, not this is before the hockey mask
All right.
and before really Jason was known as the killer. 'Cause in the first movie it was his mother.
Oh. Oh, I guess I knew that, didn't I?
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dick Warlock was the shortest Michael Myers. He had to wear lifts in his shoes.
Yes. Yes, he was the shortest with the lifts.
Yeah.
And I thought this was an interesting thing. I thought this was interesting that the people that were in the hospital were all from Rick Rosenthal's acting class.
Oh, I did read something about that.
Most of the hospital staff was Rick Rosenthal's acting class. So that would have been everybody but the head nurse, bitchy one, I think, right?
But I didn't really see anybody else that was in there wasn't really any just wandering patients. So like the main cast must have been his acting students.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
Um, it was the hospital they filmed at was Morningside Hospital in Los Angeles, which had recently had closed, at,
Oh,
and it has since been demolished.
okay.
I think a high-rise apartment sits on the.
That is very much a 1970s hospital look.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that would have fit because the movie was supposed to take place in 1978.
Yeah. Yeah. And our listeners, none of them are that old, but I remember what hospitals looked like before the 70s,
Yeah,
and that was it.
yeah, real dark,
Yeah,
real boring.
right. And quiet like that. And although, I do think that there would be a few more people working there than 5 people or whatever it was that
Yeah,
we saw.
it did seem like a skeleton crew, but maybe
Yeah.
the whole skeleton crew thing was ha 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 skeletons Halloween.
Could be. Could be. Yeah. Yeah, but that they were of his yeah, Rick Rosenthal, I think, is some kind of pretty smart guy, I guess.
Yeah.
He is an alumni of the AFI Conservatory.
Oh wow.
That's a
American Film Institute.
yep, and they're called all the students are called fellows.
Oh, okay.
So that's a pretty, you know, interesting title. And they all learned from masters, and they're really heavy emphasis on the storytelling aspect of movies. I think, well, don't you have to have that whole thing before you can direct a movie? Don't you have to have some kind of education about it?
I think some people just go out and make movies.
Okay.
And I think a lot of like horror has just been people making movies.
Oh, okay.
Horror especially.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Rick Rosenthal is Harvard educated.
Oh, okay.
He has an advanced degree in marine biology.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he is a four-time Emmy award-winning wildlife filmmaker.
Oh,
I thought, oh, cool.
he also directed one of the shittier Halloween sequels, Halloween Resurrection in 2002.
Yes.
I think that was numbers 8 or 9 in the sequel section.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He and Rob Zombie both did just two.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's not talk about Rob Zombie and his fucking Halloweens.
Well, you know,
You're
you,
not supposed to feel sorry for the killer.
that's correct.
And that's
Are those what Rob Zombie does?
yeah.
All right. Oh, and did you read about the mask? This is the original mask from the first movie.
Yeah.
And everybody says, well, why does it look so different? Why does it look so different? Well, it laid under Deborah Hill's bed for a year, and she was a heavy smoker, and it was really dirty. So they just painted it. I thought that was kind of cool. Collected dust for a year, and it was yellow from her smoking.
And also Dick Warlock took them at the end of filming because they had not anticipated any more Halloween movies to be made.
Really?
Yeah, and in 2003, he sold the mask, the knife, the scalpel, the boots, and the jumpsuit to a haunted house in Ohio.
Really?
So, is it one of those big ones? Was it Haunted Hydro?
Wow.
Who knows?
Or the one at the penitentiary.
Oh, yeah,
I can't think of the name of it, but
Mansfield.
yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. He did that, huh?
Yeah, and in subsequent sequels, nobody was allowed to keep costumes because they they were going to make more. And it was just like you can't take the original costume. It's too hard to replicate
Right.
stuff. So no more taking it home with you.
Oh my goodness. And did you read how Dick Warlock got the part?
Yes.
I thought that was we love those. We love those how they get the parts, don't we?
Yeah.
He's walking by an office on his way to this audition, and he sees the mask and he puts it on and he just goes to the door uh and stands there.
Yeah. The casting director is talking to him and he's just standing there, not responding, not
Yeah.
moving, nothing.
Yes. I think that's genius.
Yes.
And then he basically took the mask off and said, "Can I have this job?" And he was given the job.
That's pretty funny. Um I had read um that Deborah Hill had been like, that Dick Warlock was the worst Michael Myers. His walk wasn't right, his pace wasn't right. He didn't look right in the role. The mask fit him weird. Um, but Dick Warlock has been quoted as saying, like Deborah Hill was on set, like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Deb, does this look good? Am I
And,
doing this right?
and
She's
ask,
just like, yep,
is
looks
is my
great.
is my walk right? Does this seem okay to you?
Yeah,
Yeah, she okayed it, and then she commented about it.
yeah. But you can tell his walk was a little brisk, and you could tell that the mask wasn't right on his head. But
But who's looking at that?
people like me.
Oh, okay. I wasn't, and I knew about it.
Yeah,
And yeah, it didn't fit his head. It was made for somebody else's head. Yeah. But I thought, yeah, that's not right. Especially when Deborah Hill was just there for the money.
yeah,
You know, don't make comments like that if all you're doing there is just collecting a paycheck.
right.
That's not right.
Mm-mm.
It,
When Michael is trying to attack Lori as she's climbing through the window, the scalpel he's holding is just an eraser on a stick.
yes,
And I was trying to look for it and I didn't see
I
it.
did too, but I I think I saw a scalpel.
Yeah.
I don't That's what was walking around with the whole time was a eraser on a stick.
Yeah.
But
They all look like scalpels.
yeah, I think they did. Well, at least my mind told me it was a scalpel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The stunt involving Ben Tramer being hit by the police car was done in one take, which, yeah, you hope that
They
setting somebody on fire like that would be a one take kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeesh.
Oh, this is where it was banned and stuff. Due to the nudity and violence in this movie was banned in Iceland and West Germany and later banned on video in Norway.
Okay.
Norway is a pretty conservative Christian nation.
All right. And do enough people live in Iceland that they would have made a difference?
I mean, obviously they have enough people to have a film board.
Right. Right. Oh, and here I have this thing about Rosenthal wanted it to be more suspenseful, but Carpenter wanted to was ramping up the blood in the end, and in the end, it was an 80s slasher movie, so there had to be a lot of blood in it. So it
Yeah.
worked out really well.
Well, they could have done both if either of them had been thinking about playing well together. Because it that's the whole
Oh, yeah.
because that was the whole charm of the first Halloween movie was just that where's Michael coming from? Where is he? What's he going to do?
Right.
Okay, he's here. What's he going to do? And
Yeah.
then there was no blood.
But I don't recall that.
Mhm.
I remember lots of murdering, but
Yeah, there was.
you're
There was
right. I
lots of
don't,
stabbing.
yeah,
But
but
now in movies where somebody gets stabbed, like there's arterial spray and I
yeah,
mean they get real gross with it.
right.
But in the first Halloween movie they did not.
I don't actually remember that, but I remember it was gory. So I guess it was necessary. All that blood wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
When that blood coming out of his eyes,
Yeah.
he had to pump that blood out. That's why he was touching his face.
Oh,
He
really?
was pumping that
He was palpating?
Yeah, he was pumping that blood out. They didn't know how to do that.
They didn't have a
So they put little bags up on his forehead so that, he could pump out the blood. Remember, he put his hands to his face? He put his hands to his face a couple of times.
yeah.
I don't know why I want to move my head.
You gotta talk into the mic.
I don't know why I want to move my head. So yeah, that's how that happened. But yeah, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, I mean, but still, I mean, there were still, like FX guys at that time. Tom Savini was working,
Yes.
Stan Winston was working.
But
Like,
apparently, they weren't that technologically advanced. And, how
well,
are they going to do this? Oh,
it,
this is an easy way.
I think, Rick Baker was working at that time too. But I think on a budget of $2.5 million, you're not going to afford Tom Savini. You're
Oh,
not going to
sure.
afford Stan Winston.
Sure, because Jamie Lee was huge by then.
Yeah,
She was already huge by then.
right.
And
She was already Jamie Lee Curtis.
yes, she was.
Yeah,
So they probably had to spend a pretty penny to get her back.
yeah.
But so I guess so.
I had just read a cracked article about actors that take roles just because they want the paycheck. And one of them was Betsy Palmer for Friday the 13th. She played Mrs. Voorhees, and she had wanted to buy a new car, and the role would pay for the new car.
Oh, okay.
And Donald Pleasance had been quoted on, he had done a number of kind of stinker type movies, but one of them in particular was because because he's got 6 growing daughters and they're quite expensive.
Yes. Yes, that
And Dr. Loomis is in the Halloween series. I can't remember him in 4 and 5, but he was definitely in 6. But he died shortly after filming of 6, so he's not in any of the other subsequent films.
okay.
I can't remember if he's in 4 or 5, but I feel like he's not there.
Because it was written differently or
Well, 4 and 5 are like their own universe.
yes.
Like 4 and 4 and 5 start their own lore to explain why Lori isn't there.
Yes. Okay.
Number 3 is its own movie because when Carpenter was approached to do sequels, he was just like, "Well, I kind of want to do like an anthology series where like everything happens on Halloween night, but it's not Michael Myers going around killing everybody every single movie. It's, this is going to happen on this Halloween, and on this next Halloween something else is going to
Right.
happen." So that's why Halloween 3 is like its own little island.
Okay.
And that movie is fine for what it's worth. It definitely is not a Halloween movie,
Uh-huh.
but it's fine.
Oh, interesting.
Um like on Halloween night, a toy company, Silver Shamrock, has made masks with like explosives in them. So, and they're like ready to blow up on Halloween night. So every little kid that's wearing a mask, his head's gonna explode.
What?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Is that real?
That's what Halloween 3 is basically about.
I must have blacked out for a moment. I thought you meant this was for real.
Oh,
We're talking about 3. Okay.
yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. And part 4, the main character is Laurie's daughter, who is sent to live with like a foster family.
Th- That's something I read.
Yeah.
Lori has 3 children. 3. And if you get right down to it, one of them she would have had to have when she was 15.
3 children. I
Yes.
can only count 2.
What the first daughter was murdered. Let me find that.
Okay.
I thought, "What? She was a little girl. She was babysitting." But they were smoking weed in the car when they drove off to the
Yeah.
babysitting job. Um, so,
Mm, I don't know. I don't know if you read something right because there's only 2 kids. There's
Lori has 3 children. Jamie,
uh-huh,
John,
John.
and Karen.
Oh, I didn't think about Karen.
And Lori has died twice.
Yes,
Yes, Karen is also hers.
I can't hear you.
I Karen.
Yes, I forgot about Karen.
Yes.
She's in the newest Halloween trilogy, played by Judy Greer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, this when
she doesn't make it out alive.
no.
Michael kills her.
Okay. Yes, I knew that. When Lori comes back to life after being killed, she like goes off grid.
Yeah.
She has a different name. She goes through life with the name Carrie Tate so she can try to escape Michael. Well, let's face it,
That's H2O.
Michael is not going to let her go
No.
because is I see. I don't know. See, I don't know these. I just read this,
Yeah, that's H2O,
and
where she becomes the prep school
she's
principal.
the headmistress at the school where John is.
Yeah. John is
Yes.
played by Josh Hartnett, heartthrob at the time.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, but these are what made her the scream queen. And she has done 6 Halloween movies.
Okay. Yeah, 3. And, well, she was technically in one of the later 8 or 9 where she dies.
Oh, okay. I read that she was killed in Halloween 4.
No,
Okay.
she she was killed off screen, which means that her character wasn't even in the movie.
Oh, okay.
And in
Yeah, because she only did yeah, it didn't say she was even in that one.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Part 4 focuses on Jamie Lloyd, um, Laurie Strode's daughter. And this girl has like a psychic connection to Michael,
Oh, okay.
and that Michael is coming after her, this little girl, and played by a very young Danielle Harris. She's like 7.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, 4, 5, and 6 follow Jamie Lloyd. Jamie Lloyd dies in the beginning of part 6. And now, when Dr. Loomis in part 2 and the cop guy go to that school that Michael had broken into
Yes.
and wrote Samhain on the
Yes.
blackboard, that introduced this whole druid cult thing.
Was that some of the stuff that was written for the NBC movie
I think
and
it
no
might have been.
to increase the first movie
Maybe.
and to establish Lori and Michael being siblings?
Mm, yes, I think maybe so because they don't even mention that the Michael and Laurie connection until like 10 minutes before Halloween 2 ends.
Right.
So I don't know. But the whole Samhain thing, I never really kind of understood. And then the way that they kind of explain it in part 6 is that Michael is like this conduit of like this druid cult that's operating, the cult of Thorn. And
Yes.
in I think that's in the 6th movie, Michael has a tattoo on his wrist of the symbol of the cult of Thorn. And um i- in that movie, Jamie Lloyd is a young woman giving birth to what you kind of surmise is Michael's baby.
Ew.
Yeah, but that really fucks up the timeline because Halloween 6 is supposed to take place in a certain year,
Okay.
which would make Jamie, if she were like 7 in part 4, which would make her like 15.
Ew. Plus, that's her uncle.
Right.
Ew.
So to see an obviously 20 something woman, in the beginning of this movie, the timeline is very skewed. It gets very messed up.
Okay. People aren't supposed to notice stuff like that.
No, and that has always bothered me.
Mhm. See, that's why I say, am I asking too many questions?
Yeah.
Should I not notice this? But I read about this. I want to notice this.
Um, and what I read about how the whole druid thing comes into it is that Michael is cursed by druids as a baby, and that's why he is the way he is.
Well, I mean, that's as good of answer as any, isn't it?
But, where's your friendly neighborhood druids in
Right.
Haddonfield, Illinois?
In the middle of the United States.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, a pagan religion that has really kind of,
Not been around.
yeah, fallen out of favor for like a millennia.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know how they expect us to make that logically, but it is a lot to ask, I think.
Okay.
The Halloween movies do s- in the later ones expect you to give a lot in order to take the movie
Okay.
for what it is.
You're just supposed to be there to watch the movie. You're not supposed to be there to analyze it.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yes.
What do you know? Leo Rossi
Yes.
introduced Jamie Lee Curtis to her husband, Christopher Guest.
Yeah, I read that
That's interesting.
on a celebrity softball league.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Interesting that
And Jimmy was played by a guy named Lance Guest,
right.
who is no relation to Christopher Guest. But if you look at pictures of the two men, they do look quite similar. It's very weird.
Oh, I did remember seeing that. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That was interesting. They considered doing this movie in 3D.
Okay.
That would have been pretty spectacular. But they decided against it because number 1, it was mostly filmed at night and 3D doesn't really work in the dark.
This movie was very much in shadow.
Yeah. And number 2, it's real expensive.
I would imagine so.
So they canceled that.
Because I don't think Jaws in 3D did very well. Like
Jaws was in 3D?
the third one was.
Oh, I only saw the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how I told you to look at the the placards in the beginning?
Yeah.
Now this one I guess has just been like one of those things that have changed over time. But in the original US release, it opened with a title card that said a Dino De Laurentiis Corporation film.
Right.
And the international prints opened with a placard that said Mustafa Akkad Presents.
Yeah.
Now, this one had both. This one had Mustafa Akkad first and then Dino De Laurentiis.
Right.
Mustafa Akkad was the longtime producer of the Halloween franchise
Uh-huh.
and had been on record saying that he was going to make Halloween movies until he died.
Oh,
Which he did.
okay.
He was killed in a terrorist bombing while at a wedding in Amman, Jordan in 2005.
My
He and his daughter were both killed.
my goodness.
Um, the newest trilogy was produced by his son Malik.
Oh
So
my
I
goodness,
was
how
happy to see it
interesting.
still in the family.
Yeah. Yeah, because I had read something about it being distributed by Paramount. Paramount. But then I didn't write it down. I don't have it here in front of me.
Hmm.
So we're going to not pretend it didn't happen.
Okay. The MCA home video cassette release of this movie on VHS and beta in the US
Mm-hmm.
retailed at a price of $101.
What?
Yeah. That set a sale price record in 1982. But you have to think about that technology was all brand new in the 80s. How
Beta?
much did you spend
You said beta?
and VHS?
Okay.
How much did you spend on a color TV in the 80s?
Oh, yeah.
How much did you spend on the first VCR we had?
Probably $100
Yeah.
for that little box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Back then, $100 was a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. I
Mhm.
hadn't thought of it that way. Huh. I can't even think of things, but I do recall stuff like that was very expensive.
Yeah. All that brand new technology. Remember when
Uh,
DVDs came out and it was so expensive?
well,
Remember when flat screen TVs were hundreds of dollars?
yeah, well,
Thousands of dollars?
Alexis, you didn't know that Big Bird was yellow. We
No.
did not have a color TV when you were little.
No. I remember
And
this.
you were so surprised when we finally got a color TV that Big Bird was yellow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shook my little world right up.
yeah. So that wasn't that long ago.
No.
And there were a lot of people that did not have we were not the only family that didn't have a color TV. Not by a long shot.
Yeah.
So,
But that was also the freewheeling 80s where a single income could monetarily take care of a household of four people.
correct. Correct. But I do remember all those years we lived in Chillicothe. We had pirated cable.
Really?
Yeah, it was in the house when we moved in. We hooked it up to our TV and we never said anything about it to anybody, and we always had cable. But back then, I recently found a Buckeye cable bill
Oh,
in a
yeah?
box that I was going through, and it was for $26
Oh my god.
for the month, and we were bitching about that.
Oh my god.
It's 10 times that.
I spend $100 a month on internet alone, and
Yeah,
I honestly could up it because they choke me out a lot.
a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Ugh.
You know, you
And that's just for internet. That's not for cable.
right,
When I had cable and
right.
internet, my bill was $200.
My bill now is $250.
Oh my god.
And you know I have nothing special.
Yeah,
I don't even have high internet because when I got it, I didn't stream anything and I don't game, so I don't have anything fancy.
right.
So, yeah. Yeah, and it keeps going up and up and
Oh,
up.
yeah, but they're not a monopoly.
No, they're not. No, no.
I
Nope.
think that's all I wrote for trivia.
Well, Dick Warlock was a professional stunt coordinator.
Oh, okay.
And, you had made comment about how when he choked that guy in the
In the therapy room?
yeah, how quickly it happened, but
Yeah.
I don't know how long it takes. And did you know strangulation is now a crime in Ohio?
Oh, I did know that.
I was shocked that what you can choke somebody to death and it's not really crime. Anyway,
Well, if they die, it is.
yeah.
It's a crime. But I only know that because somebody I went to high school with, I just saw on the news, was arrested for strangling his own child.
Oh,
So, real peach of a guy.
okay.
Um,
But anyway,
and it was a big deal. Child strangulation, child strangulation.
yeah.
They said it like 15 times in the article I read. I was just like, Jesus Christ,
Right,
I get it.
because there's such a big difference between choke and strangle
Yeah.
that we should not use those 2 words interchangeably.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because when you choke, you're choking on food. I'm choking on my sucker or something.
Okay.
When I'm getting strangled, someone's hurting me.
Right.
So the lady was very adamant that we should not be using those 2 words interchangeably, and I understand.
That makes sense, I guess.
I understand where she's coming from and why she said that way,
But I
so
mean, it is the act of cutting off the windpipe.
right.
So I guess it doesn't really matter because the end result is still the same. You can't breathe.
I would think so. I would think so.
Yeah.
But him being a professional stunt coordinator, he told the guy how to act. We're going to do this, and when I do this for the 4th time, that's when you're going to die.
Okay.
So they did their little dance.
Yeah.
But
It takes like 5 minutes to manually strangle somebody.
yow,
That's a
really?
long fucking time.
Oof.
But he did have a garage. He had the,
Yes, a garrote.
yeah.
Yes, he did. Um,
So maybe that takes less time, but it surely doesn't take, 2 seconds like it did in the movie.
well, that was all for show. Weird.
Yeah.
This movie was rated R. We talked about that,
Hmm.
and it went right through the system. That was when the system was real hot back then,
Okay.
and it didn't have to go back to have anything changed. It just got a straight R.
Really?
Yeah, and usually movies had to go back and forth to get this or that tweaked a little.
Oh, okay.
So, um,
That went right through the film review.
yep.
Okay.
Let's see. What
Well,
else do I have here?
I guess an R is an R is an R. Just as long as it doesn't go into like X territory.
Right.
And it didn't have enough nudity.
And all we saw was a couple of boobs and a butt crack,
We saw one boob, one set of boobs.
and one butt crack when he got out of the,
Yeah.
you know. So, I mean, God, I wish my boobs looked like that.
Oh, well,
Could I buy some like that?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, here's where I wrote this. Rosenthal shot this movie as a horror film, but all the meddling from the others and the disagreements
Okay.
between Rosenthal and Carpenter. Um, That's how it turned out.
I mean, it's a Halloween movie for what it's worth. It it satisfied a slasher itch.
Yes, and I think it was suspenseful enough.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
because that's he's a silent killer. When's he gonna come up? The only time he really made any noise was in the room full of gas when he's just wildly
yes,
slicing in the air.
slashing. And man alive, he could whip his arm to make that slashing noise.
Yeah,
Yeah, holy cow.
but I was a little surprised that he himself was making so much noise. That wasn't all Lori and Dr. Loomis whining.
Right. Well, that's shit. Lori had already shot his eyeballs out,
Yeah, well, I would imagine that would be painful.
so maybe that had something to do with it
Yeah.
because that's the only time he made any noise.
And I feel like in any of the other movies that this is the only one where he does make any noise.
Okay. It was almost to me when when I was watching it, it was almost to me like whimpering.
Yeah. Grunting?
No, whimpering.
Yeah.
I don't think it sounded grunty.
He sounded like an injured animal, just that
Yes, 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 that's what I mean.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
which I guess it at his heart is what he was, just an animal,
Just an animal. Yeah.
no
Interesting.
humanity.
None.
But when that marshal bends down next to him, I
Oh
was
my
just
God.
like,
The doctor had told him how many
"Don't do
times,
it.
don't be by him. Don't be by
You better
him.
step on that hand with the knife still clutched in it."
Yeah. Nope.
Uh-uh.
Not that smart.
I thought it was kind of weird that the lady went on the scalpel side too when he tells her to leave
Yeah.
and use the sheriff's radio or the marshal's radio.
Right.
She walks out around the side where Michael has the scalpel in his
Right.
hand
I
still.
thought sure he was going to grab her and pull her
I
down.
thought yes, reach out and get a hammy or something.
Yeah. I did. I did. I thought he was going to just grab her, pull her right down, and kill her.
And if I had to walk around a body like that, I would definitely walk around the hand that wasn't armed.
I think so.
And I would give it a much wider berth
Yep.
than
And I
she
would have
gave it.
been holding my coat real tight to me.
Yeah.
There was nothing flapping.
Oh, yeah.
Hers was flapping. Her coat was flapping. I thought,
Uh-huh.
oh, lady, lady,
Yeah.
please. That guy we watched, please.
Police again. If you haven't seen that guy in the reels, he is so funny. His
Oh
name is
my
Terry
gosh.
K.
Yes. Hilarious.
Oh my God.
And I've been watching Michael Myers of Decatur, Illinois. No,
Oh.
Indiana, Decatur, Indiana. Oh, he is it is so funny. His wife is just about done with him. Just about done. Get home. Get home. She's always telling him to get home. He's standing on the second floor of a building, on the outside. Get home. Then she drives around. Oh, now am I going to have to hide all the ladders? Because he took a ladder to climb up. He's got his little son dressed up like that. Love them. I love those reels. They're so mindless. They just. Why can't we do that? What?
I do like there's a guy he does weird bars and the song doesn't fit the beats and he's so funny and he this has come up in my feed and I'm sure it's because it's Halloween time. His name is Rise Hendricks and this little skit is white people in horror movies and this guy he's got this goofy wig on to be a white guy and he's like we're just dorky guy walking into this house and there's like a ghost standing there and he's just like, oh well that's weird, what are you doing here, do you need help? Yeah. And
My
then
gosh.
it like flashes at him as himself as a black man walking into this house and he sees the ghost and he's just like, oh hell no, and he turns around and runs out the door. Or he walks in and there's a voice that says, "Get out." And he's just like, "Say no more. I'm gone. Bye." And then and then the white guy's walking around the house and there's a ghost like a ghost person with long hair in its face and it's walking into a room like an outbuilding maybe shed type thing. And the white guy's like, "Hey, where are you going? What are you up to?" And
Oh my gosh. Nope.
the black guy is like, "Oh no." And you don't even see him run away. You just it shows the ghost and then it shows an empty spot.
Right? Oh my gosh. I love that stuff.
It's so funny because it's true.
Yes.
That's it's not a stereotype for a reason,
Right.
you know?
Right. But oh my gosh, there's so much funny stuff on there.
But even in this movie, we talked about, she should have ran out the door instead of
Right.
running into the basement and cornering herself in a boiler room or whatever.
Right? Wait for the elevator and there was all
Oh,
that glass on the floor.
yeah.
And then her feet were not even dirty,
Yeah.
much less bloodied.
Yeah.
When she fell out of the car, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was weird. Did you see when she's running in the hospital with Dr. Loomis? Obviously, the stitches in her shoulder had opened up, but also there was a blood stuff on the side of her gown,
I
like
did
near
notice
her
that.
belly.
And I thought, is that her shoulder dripping?
But wouldn't like the whole side of her be covered, not just a little like scuff of blood?
I don't
Also, in the 70s, did they give you full on hospital gown dresses? Because she was wearing a hospital gown dress. She was not wearing a hospital gown with your ass out.
know. That I think that was strictly for the movie.
Okay.
I think hospital gowns have been like they are forever.
Bare assed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember being in the hospital before the 70s. But when I was in the hospital in the 80s, we had gowns like that.
Yeah.
The back end was open.
Okay.
You it just tied.
Right.
So yeah.
Hmm.
But you can't have her running around with her back end hanging out, you know.
But that's what a hospital gown is.
But did you see how those nurses were dressed?
Yeah, and the one was putting on that stylish belt, which also you see her later, and that stylish belt is not there.
Right. Who took that stylish belt off of her
Yeah. Where'd it
to
go?
put on the other lady?
Was it the was
It,
it the babies that she was supposed to be watching?
I had my first thought was, "Oh, did mean nurse tell her to get that belt off?" And then she took it.
The mean nurse wasn't wearing the fancy belt. She was strapped to a gurney.
Right. So, how did Michael get the belt off of her to strap the meanie to the gurney?
I don't think that was a pink belt. I think that was red gurney straps.
Oh. Okay, so where'd the belt go?
Don't know. The world may never know.
Huh,
But that was a pretty flashy nurse's uniform she had on
it was.
with that pleated.
Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was pretty flashy.
Yeah.
I don't think nurses dress like that.
Not anymore with the white tights and the little skirty outfits
Right.
and the little paper
But
hats.
the mean nurse did have a lab coat on too.
Yeah.
So, was she just chilly,
Well, I think that was just to show that she was
in
a
charge,
person in charge.
large and in charge?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I get that. But why was Jamie Lee Curtis dreaming about that blood dripping? I didn't understand that.
I think the symbolism there was that she was remembering meeting Michael as a child and that blood is supposed to symbolize the tie that binds.
Oh, again, to establish that they are siblings.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
At least that's what I have always kind of surmised from that. You're supposed to think that they have the same blood. That's why that blood is there.
Okay. I get it. But why was that guy foolish enough to slip in the blood?
Yeah, why did he think he could just take off Trackstar running
Right.
when he saw that there was blood everywhere?
Well, surely when he walked in, he would have seen it.
Well, you think he would have slipped immediately
Right.
just walking in, walking in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no, he stood there and he looked her over,
he
he
leaned
touched her
over.
arm, and then boom, falls down,
Yeah, Trackstar
cracks his
run,
head,
cracks his head.
gets gets a concussion because he had some blood running from his mouth.
Was that his blood or was that her blood on his face?
I don't know. I didn't want to think about that. I thought about that real quick and then I thought, I don't want to think about that.
Because the last thing I want is somebody else's blood on me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that was kind of gross. But he did his own stunt there too.
Yeah.
It did it in one take. Well, I mean, I don't know how hard a pratfall would be to do.
I mean, if you're standing on on a bloody space, I'm sure not hard at all.
Probably. Probably. Well, he did it well.
Yeah. Yeah, it was convincing.
Yeah. Yeah. But when he came out like a zombie, that was weird. Well, did you think it was weird when he got in the car and he was like a zombie?
Yeah, I kind of how did he expect to go anywhere in the state that he was in?
Right.
Like, cause I understand the idea of like coming back to consciousness, and I only know this because my ex-husband had epilepsy, and to watch him come out of a seizure, he had grand mal seizures. To watch him come out of a grand mal seizure, and then like try to like get back to operating,
Yeah.
it, to watch him try to where he was, what year it was, what day it was, and to see that where did he expect to go?
Right.
Because my
And
ex-husband had all sorts of, what year is it? I don't know. Where are you? We need to go. Where do we need to go? We need to go to the headache store. What is the headache store?
yeah.
Where are we going to go when we go?
Right. And the fact that he came out and got in that car, he got there in the ambulance.
But his shirt said Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, so I'm assuming that he drove his personal car to the hospital to then drive the ambulance on runs.
Oh, okay.
And the other guy was the driver.
Well, that was a pretty fancy car for him to be having
It was.
for being an ambulance attendant.
Yeah, a college boy,
Yeah.
being an EMT. But I don't know, maybe being an EMT in those days paid good. They don't now.
No, they don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe that was a good job in 1978.
Okay.
Not that it's not a good job now. It's a job that is very
Hi,
much needed,
high paying.
but it's not. Yeah, but we don't pay our
The
public
people
servants
No,
well.
the people that take care of us are not paid well.
No.
Yeah, I saw another thing on the internet that she passed a McDonald's and they're to $20 an hour and the the girls at the nursing home are getting $12 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that's a girl at work was talking about how she had seen this cop like walk into traffic and a car almost hit this cop because this cop just walked into traffic and the cop is yelling at the motorist and this girl is like, "What are you yelling at him for? Like you walked in front of him." And I was just like, Officer Big Balls makes less than McDonald's workers
yeah,
to do whatever he's doing in that moment.
right.
I would be pissed off if somebody almost hit me too, even though it was my fault.
Right.
If I'm making, less than McDonald's workers.
Right. Right. And now, so much is so uneven.
Yeah.
It's just hard to believe that it's so uneven.
Thank you, Ronald Reagan, for trickle down economics. It
Yes.
has not worked.
I've been blaming Ronald Reagan for a lot of stuff, and everybody's talking about how great Ronald Reagan was.
What?
Well, he eliminated all the state hospitals. That's why we have untold numbers of homeless people.
Yeah. That's why our mental health system is the way it is.
When there were state hospitals, those people had somewhere to live.
Yeah.
So, I, Ronald Reagan was not.
Ronald Reagan had dementia for most of his terms.
So Nancy Reagan didn't do a very good job.
He really did.
So,
We said we weren't going to get
we weren't
political.
going to get political, and here I am bashing them damn Republicans. God,
Well,
just
it's been a problem since the 80s.
yeah, and then Trump came, and it was even worse, and
Oh,
now our whole government is on hold because We weren't gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we weren't gonna talk about it. Leave the politics out. Nobody wants to hear
Oh,
our left our leftist pinko communist bullshit.
is that what we are?
I don't know.
I like that.
I think that's what some people think we are.
want to be a leftist pinko communist. I like it.
If anything, I'm a socialist, but
Yeah,
not a
probably.
national socialist because those are Nazis, and I'm definitely not one of those.
Speaking of weirdo stuff like that, there's a reel with a little boy that does impersonations of he's something grade school apprentice or something is what he's called.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Pretty funny. It's got some kind of a filter to make his face. I'll have to find it and send you the name
Okay.
because it's pretty funny. But yeah, we got to stop talking politics. We could talk weather. It's none better.
But today was perfect scary movie weather. It's
Absolutely.
been rainy and dark all
Yep.
day.
It's dark now, and we didn't get to see the eclipse because of the amount of clouds we had. I know a lot of people were looking for that, looking to see the eclipse.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was like maybe tonight. I didn't know it was
No,
yesterday.
no, during the day today.
Oh, okay. I was inside most of the day.
Right. Well, and we couldn't have seen it because it's cloudy and overcast here.
Okay.
So we would not have been able to see it.
Yeah, I was getting beautiful today.
Yes. Yes, you were. You look mighty good. And your nails are pretty damn fabulous.
Yeah.
I like them. I just got plain Halloween orange,
Yeah. Mine are pretty cool.
but I like them anyway.
I said,
So
what's
yes.
gonna be like low impact for you, but like still fun for me, but like still Halloweeny and like still within the time constraint of my appointment
Uh-huh.
because we had to rebuild, broke one all the way off,
Oh,
broke broke the tip off. Like when I when I sanded this finger down, like the the tip was real thin on
oh.
polygel, so it just like kind of peeled off, left my real nail. Then I was doing something and my real nail ripped off. I
Oh,
was just like, "Oh, okay."
and I see that they trimmed them back a little.
No, she didn't trim them back.
No?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I thought that they looked shorter. I had mine trimmed back because they were far too long.
Yeah,
Far too long. For me.
yeah.
For me.
I can see if that's trimmed back, then they were definitely too long.
Yes. Yes.
But you are retired now, not working with your hands in little
Right.
spaces. So, yeah, your nails are going to be fine now.
Right. I don't break I never break them now.
Yeah, they're not going to be all shitty.
I did try to I did try to cut my thumbnail off when I was peeling the onion,
Oh,
but it's okay. I just have one a little tiny nick right there.
okay.
Nobody'll notice it unless I point it to it.
Yeah, right in their
So of
faces.
course, I just had them done yesterday, so today I'm going to ruin one. Yeah.
Well, I get a lot of times I get matte nail polish top coat because I like a matte nail.
Yes.
And Ash, for whatever reason, likes to lick my fingernails after I get them done.
Which I don't know. Why would he even come near the smell? The smell of them surely would.
Well, I always try to come home and wash my hands right away.
They still smell.
Yeah,
They still smell, I think.
yeah. But he loves to lick my matte fingernails.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, he's a weird little dude.
That must feel good on his tongue
That's
for
what I assumed.
some reason.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh my god, look at him.
Oh, no. Oh, oh my
I
gosh.
gotta get my phone on and get a picture of this. Oh my god, how cute is
Oh,
that?
he's such a sweet baby. Both of them were laying over there a little while ago.
Yeah. Oh, Lily's still here.
Oh, is she? I didn't see her.
Yeah, she's still here.
Okay.
I just gave her some pats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she's laying up close to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. His little head is turned. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're so enthralled with our conversation.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Those are our biggest fans right there.
Yeah. Nice.
Do you feel the love?
Oh my. That's Reginald Manchego has taken to laying right beside me. So I like it when Reginald lays beside me.
Yeah, we've had 500 more views on our TikTok.
Oh my God. And that wasn't even a funny one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm thrilled.
But what I do notice with our TikToks is that I need to get my double chin in
Oh,
order.
when I'm talking, I'm looking at that thinking, "Oh man."
Yeah, that's like all I look at is just my double chin.
Yeah, I got maybe I should start wearing makeup to cover all the redness up and
Yeah, I've had this thing on my nose, like, and it like raises and gets red and gets yucky, and then nothing happened. Like it doesn't like bloom.
yes, I
Then
get
it
those.
then it'll stop.
I get those from the rosacea.
But I think it's I think it was a blackhead
Oh,
that got all weird. Um, Also, you should talk to your doctor about your rosacea. I think it might be lupus.
yeah,
Yeah, because I think that's what this thing is. The lupus that I don't have.
yeah.
I think that's what this
Ri
is.
right. We, both of us have been struggling with some sort of autoimmune disorder for some time, and
Yeah.
doctors don't really want to hear that women have something not right.
No, and this doctor that I talked to, even like blood work, like just the stuff that I can read in layman's terms, it's like, yeah, you have lupus. This doctor was like, well, I don't. He's like, well, this is, this blood test says that you might have lupus, but I don't think you do. I think it's metabolic.
Metabolic, that's because you're fat.
Yeah.
Whenever a doctor says anything metabolic, it's no, I'm not fat.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I
I
am
am fat,
fat,
but
but it's not.
it's not what's wrong with me.
Oh God!
That doesn't explain the rash that just randomly appeared on my
Right,
forehead.
right, right.
And it's not from my eyebrow wax that was there before I got my eyebrows done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. As women, we're less heard, and then as fat women, we're even less
Oh,
heard.
yeah. It's terrible.
And you know, I don't get it.
Yeah.
My health is good. My blood sugar is low, my cholesterol is low.
Yeah.
You know, my
On
health
paper,
I
I'm healthy.
yeah. So why don't I feel good?
Yeah.
And no, doctors,
Yeah.
we weren't gonna get into craziness today.
the You should ask your doctor about that.
Oh
The
man.
With the lupus that I don't have, you that might explain your face.
Yeah, that would go a lot. And it's real bad right now. It's just real bad right now.
But also you've been having a lot of pain.
Been having a lot of pain.
So think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But I quit taking the medication because it
Yeah.
was making me sick.
Ugh. Yeah. Well, I changed medications recently and my appetite has come back, going back to my double chin. So that shit is not
Oh,
going anywhere because I am fucking hungry. Before I was surviving on, like 500 calories a day, just drinking water, having a soda at dinner and like having a small dinner. I'm starving. I am
oh,
so hungry
oh,
and all I want is cookies and cake
oh, I know
and french fries.
you're not even a real cake eater, but I've seen you a couple times eating cake.
Yeah, I've bought like 4 cakes recently
Wow.
and I've eaten them all by myself.
Okay.
Yeah, because well, first of all, I'm an animal. Second of all, I'm hungry. I'm starving.
You're a hungry animal. I get it. I get it.
I
I'm
told my doctor that I was just like because I was like I want you to up the dose. I said and I want you to know that I am feeling better, but my appetite has come back and it has come back with a vengeance. And he's just like, well, that's the type of medication you're on. You're either not hungry or you're going to be starving. So what do you want?
ugh.
So I guess I'll take my
Um,
meds to work and be hungry than taking meds that don't work and not eating.
yeah, I guess so.
And somebody was like, "Well, why can't you just reincorporate that into your?"
I said that. Just ordered that. Just take it.
Yeah.
Because it probably counteracts something you are
Mm,
taking too,
yeah.
you know.
Well, the other one, I looked it up, and I don't even know why I looked it up because I'm a crazy person and I decided to
Yes.
Google the
Mhm.
medication I'm on. It was for bipolar mania, which I don't have. I don't have bipolar mania.
Right.
I can work myself up into a manic state, but I don't wake up manic.
No.
And I think
No.
that that's the difference between bipolar mania and just regular crazy person stuff
Okay.
is that with bipolar mania, you wake up manic.
Right. I believe that would be correct. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But that medicine, the new medicine she put me on for my pain was working real well, except for it caused my blood pressure to go out of
Oh
control.
my God, that was crazy. It's going to give you a stroke.
Yeah.
Ugh, you're too young for that.
Well, I'd like to think that, but I'm old.
I don't know. Our high school has like a memorial page for past students that have died. And like every time I see somebody that has graduated after you, I'm just like, "Oh my God, they're way too fucking young.
Yeah.
Way too fucking young."
And there's been a lot lately.
Yeah.
And there've been a few people in your class.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, yeah,
Young kids. Like there was one that was like from the class of like 2017 and I'm just like
yeah.
that's too fucking young.
But then I wonder, is that drugs?
Uh lifestyle related.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or, some of them have implied cancer,
Oh, yeah.
but the ones that are like died suddenly, I'm just like, "Mm, what's that mean?"
Yeah. What does that mean?
Because usually the people that have cancer know they have cancer.
Yeah. 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 I belong to that same page. And it's like,
Yeah.
ay. Look at these people. These are people I might have known.
Yeah. One of the ones that I somebody had posted recently was my grade school music teacher had passed, which
Yeah.
I didn't realize she wasn't 100 in the 90s.
When I read that, I thought she died 10 years ago.
Because they're like, "Oh, she passed away in 2023 at like 89." And I'm like, "You're telling me she wasn't 89 in 1992?"
Oh my God. I thought the same thing.
And everybody was posting this, and I told Justin about this, and he's just like, "You better fucking hope like her kids don't see that." And I'm like, "I don't give a fuck if they do." Because every post I saw was like, "Oh my God, that lady's going straight to heaven. She was such a great lady. She was such a
Oh,
nice lady."
I'm thinking, are we talking about the same person?
That old bitch refused, outright refused to refer to me by my full name, my real name. She would only refer to me as Alex,
Yeah.
which is not my name.
Nope.
It has never been my name.
Nope.
It's never going to be my name.
Nope. Nope. That's what I thought. All these people, were they all smoking weed in grade school?
They must have been, or the weed that they've smoked since have rotted their brains out
Yeah, that they
because,
don't remember.
yeah,
Because I did. I looked at them. I thought, are you kidding me?
yeah.
Ugh.
Oh my God, that lady's so great. And I'm like the only dissenting
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah.
I was just like, I hope people read that and were like, wow, did she really do that? Or is this bitch just being a bitch?
Yeah.
No, she
Well,
really did that. She refused. My mother had to talk to her.
yeah. Well, that's just like the kindergarten teacher who didn't tell me that Blythe wasn't going to make it in first grade until the last day of school.
Yeah.
That's the best kindergarten teacher they ever had at that school.
Oh,
Really?
okay. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
She's got a master's degree now. How about that? Going to make it through first grade? Uh huh. And it was our beautiful Blythe's wedding anniversary this week.
Yeah. Happy anniversary. I can't believe it's been 4 years.
Unbelievable.
Like, it feels like yesterday.
It does. It really does. I kept thinking, no, it's only been two. No, no, 3, 4.
Yeah. 4 years.
And today their engagement thing came up.
Yeah. I saw that too.
7? Were they engaged that long?
They got engaged in 17?
So that's 6. 18, 19. That's 6 years. Were they engaged that long?
I don't feel like they were. I feel like they got engaged and then got married the year after, but maybe not.
I don't know. You know what? I don't remember yesterday.
Yeah,
So,
time is a blur.
I
Did you know that for the second year in a row, Justin and I forgot our anniversary?
no.
Yeah, the second year in a row.
Alexis.
And I even had made a point to like, okay, it's June. Our anniversary is coming. I gotta remember this. I gotta remember this. I gotta remember this. I gotta remember this. Blanked on it. Like 2 days later, I was just like, oh, it was Monday.
Oh no. Should we put it on my calendar?
No, no, I know exactly when it is.
Oh, but you guys aren't like that.
Yeah,
Now, Blythe is very much like that,
yeah.
but you guys aren't.
No,
You know, so not that you have you do nice things together a lot.
yeah,
You don't have to have a special day to go to lunch, go out to the park,
right,
do something, go to a movie.
right.
So, you guys are different that way.
Yeah.
Crazy. Oh,
2 years in a row.
but it's crazy how time has
Yeah, flown.
yeah. And her beautiful dress, how we came across that dress, and I hope she likes it as much as I did.
Yeah, it was a beautiful dress. She looked like a princess.
Yep, she did.
Yeah. And I had gained a lot of weight and my dress almost didn't fit. I
And I just looked like me.
thought you looked nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I noticed the one picture she put on Facebook, Aunt Marianne was sitting there. Did you happen to notice that?
Oh, no.
I thought, oh, I miss Aunt Marianne. Drove me right up the wall and down again, but I loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny how you see those pictures and time has gone so fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was a beautiful bride,
Yeah.
almost as pretty as you. Your dress was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I still have it.
I know. I'm sure you do.
It's in the closet.
Yeah, that was a beautiful dress, and we struck upon that
Yeah.
on a high note.
Yeah.
I I think you didn't want to even try it on, as I recall.
Yeah.
But I thought, "Oh, I want to see this." And I'm glad you did try it because it turned out real
It
nice.
did. Yeah.
Oh, my babies. Oh, oh well.
And if Justin and I ever get married again, like get married for real, like it's just gonna be like a jeans and t-shirt at the courthouse thing.
Oh, I'd like you to put on at least a skirt.
Mm,
Okay, never mind, 'cause then you'd have to put on pantyhose.
yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
They
So,
announced the date of the Christmas party at work, but they don't ever announce the theme until like 2 weeks before it, and it's just like, how am I supposed to shop
oh no.
for a theme? How
Well,
am I supposed to shop for a theme?
you looked pretty damn fabulous last year.
Yeah.
Too bad you brought COVID home.
Still mad about that.
Yeah. But wow, you looked so good.
Yeah.
I just recently saw that picture. It came up on my thing. And I thought, why am I seeing this? I see weird stuff on my Facebook. So,
Weird. Yeah.
you know, just weird stuff. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who I got COVID from. I did hug the guy in AR, but I did sit with some anti-vaxxers. So,
I don't think that you got COVID at the party. I think you got COVID at work and took it to the party with you and then brought it home.
no, because I went to the party and like a week later I was sick.
Oh, well,
It was like at least 4 days
yeah.
before I was just like, "Oh no, I'm really sick. I really have something.
Ugh,
This isn't just a little weather change sniffle."
right,
Yeah.
right,
But thankfully it was just when I had it, it was just a cold. It wasn't
right,
comorbidities I carry weren't exacerbated.
right. And I'm so glad that was, although you kind of got that long COVID thing
I
going.
do. I still have hair loss and my sense of taste is not right.
Yeah.
It but when I had COVID, my sense of smell and my sense of taste never fully went away. They would like blink in and out,
Uh-huh.
but they didn't go away.
Right. Right. And they're doing a lot of research on that long COVID. They think it's a real thing.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I tested I had COVID in December. I tested positive in May. I had no symptoms.
Right.
So did I have COVID or did I just have long COVID? I don't know because I don't know.
Right.
Or did I just have no symptom COVID again?
Right. Right. And people are all crazy about that. How many other people have done that?
Right.
Because Blythe had COVID. She was positive for like 2 days. She had a bad cold.
Yeah, and when I was testing to go back to work, even though they said I didn't need a clean test to go to work, I was still testing positive
Right.
when I went back to work.
Right. But you had none of the symptoms.
No, my symptoms
Well,
had gone away and I had been off like the quarantine time.
right.
So,
Right. I still have not gotten my new COVID vaccine.
no, and I need to do that. I think I'm going to do that one day after work this week.
I
Just go get my boosters.
Yep, I gotta get a flu shot. I gotta get that COVID. It's that time.
Yeah.
It's already October and we should have had that in September.
Yeah.
So that the flu shot so that it could work when
Yeah.
flu season comes up at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, and early voting started
Oh,
on
I
Monday.
know. I got to go.
No, Tuesday. Early voting. Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, the 11th.
Yeah. Whatever day. Was that Monday? No, it wouldn't have been Monday
That was
because
Wednesday.
that's a
That would have been
holiday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Because there was a lot of stuff closed on Monday.
Yeah, because I got to vote. What is it? No to issue one. I'm saying yes to abortion. I'm
Yes.
saying no to restrictions. So I think it's a no vote.
Um,
And I'm saying yes to two because that's marijuana legalization.
yeah, they might as well.
Just
We've
legalize
there's
it and tax the living fuck out of it like you do liquor and cigarettes and everything else.
right,
That way I don't have to go to Michigan to buy weed.
right. And there's so many other more important things. This whole fentanyl thing. They've got to get a handle on
Ooh,
this.
yeah,
That you know, we don't need to be messing around with marijuana anymore. Let's get on to the big stuff.
yeah,
And whatever the vote is, the government has no right to tell me what to do with my body.
yeah,
Period.
right.
So,
Yeah, and Mike DeWine and his 4,000-year-old wife, like,
oh
well,
my,
this is too extreme for Ohio. The most important decisions in your daughter's life. You haven't had daughters birthing age for 50 years. Go away from me.
right, right. And they live in rarefied air.
Yeah,
They've got enough money to not worry about anything.
right.
They have nothing to say.
No, yeah,
I just,
right.
don't tell me what to. I don't have a dog in the race, but I still have an opinion.
Right. And I'm still a young woman. I could still have kids if I wanted to. But first of all, I'm selfish. Second of all, um I make good money for what I do, but
Right.
I don't make enough money to support a family in this
Right.
climate.
Correct.
Justin and I make enough money to support our basic spending habits. We don't make enough money to have a family.
Right. I get it. I get it.
So, you know, th- there's no way, you know. And I look at the every once in a while you get that baby itch and it's just like, oh, I should have had a baby. I should have had kids. Then it's just like, well, where would I be if I had? I
Yeah.
don't sleep as it is.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
was talking to the girl that cuts my hair and she's just like, oh, they gave me Ambien. And I was just like, you know what? Did it work for you? She's like, yeah, it does pretty good for me. And I said, I took Ambien and laid awake at night wondering when I was
When
going to start sleepwalking.
when you were going to get up and eat that stick of butter
Yeah,
or go in your car and kill your mother-in-law or something.
yeah,
Isn't that what
yeah,
that one guy did? He killed
Ambien.
his
Mother, he killed his in-laws.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, drove across town.
Right. He
Yeah.
drove across town in his pajamas and killed them.
Yeah.
I'd rather eat the stick of butter.
Well,
Not that I want to eat a stick of butter. I like a little butter on my toast, but can't even imagine eating a stick of butter.
no.
Ah, ah,
No, I'd want to throw up after the first bite.
I think so. I think so.
Because that's one of those little goes a long way things. Like I could maybe do, like a little spoon, maybe,
I
but to choke down the whole thing. Blech.
don't know. Oh, crazy things happen.
Yeah, she's like, yeah. She's just like, so what do you do? And I was just like, I don't sleep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you come from a line of non-sleepers. I'm up most nights between 3 and 6.
Well, I am too, but that's because I'm getting up for work. But um, there are nights that I get up 2 and 3 times just because you know I'm awake
Yeah,
or have to go to the bathroom. Except when I go to the bathroom, I don't have to go to the bathroom,
right,
and it's I don't know, I get mixed messages from my body, and I'm just awake,
right,
and then I'm on my phone, then I'm
right.
awake.
Well, they say that's the worst thing, that light in your eyes.
Hmm.
But
Especially since I'm doing it without my glasses on,
oh,
like
yeah,
I'll.
without the blue lens.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I'm up most nights. I fall asleep between 10 and 11, and I'm awake 3:15 almost every night.
Yeah. I I go, it depends on when I go to bed. I usually go to bed between 4 and 5. To f and I go to bed that early anticipating being up 2 or 3 times,
Yeah,
because I have to get up at, quarter to 4. So, I go to bed that early just knowing that I'm going to be up for at least an hour at some point
yeah.
in the middle of the night, and I had been waking up 6:37, wide awake.
Oh, yeah. I hate that when you go to bed and you sleep hard for
Yeah.
an hour, hour and a half,
Mhm.
maybe 2 hours,
Yeah.
and then it's like you're up for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Well, how does that happen? What is your brain thinking?
I don't know, and, I don't really nap anymore
I try not to.
because then I'm up for the night.
Yeah,
I'm
then
up
I'll
all
wake
night.
up at midnight instead of 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, but that, I don't know. I don't know. I always blame my old age. What do they call that? Sundowners?
Oh,
Is that what it
I
is?
don't think that's what sundowning is.
Oh, okay. When you get your nights and your days mixed up.
I don't think so. I think that's just a weird circadian rhythm.
Well, I think I do enough during the day to have sleep at night, but yeah. No, I guess that you're right. My circadian rhythm is
Yeah, mine's dead.
amiss.
Yeah. Mine is not beating anymore.
I guess. No, that must be because you fall asleep at 4 o'clock at night.
But I also
Because you've been up since 4 o'clock at night.
but I also have a dark bedroom, you know. My walls are a medium color blue. I have blackout curtains.
Well, I've got my TV on
But
24/7.
but we have our TV on. But we're usually watching like Mystery Science.
Oh, that's always kind of darkish.
Yeah.
That's not real bright.
No.
But my TV's on. And if I happen to fall asleep while I'm watching the Roku or something and the TV turns off, I will
Mhm.
definitely wake up.
Oh, yeah, I don't. Unless I'm like kind of half in and out anyways, then because every once in a while our internet blinks during the night
And the
and
TV
then the
doesn't come
Roku
back
is just
on.
like, I don't know what to do. And
Yeah.
it's just like, and then you got to get up and reset the modem.
Yeah. No,
Um,
mine will just turn off.
oh,
My Roku will just turn off.
yeah, no, the TV in our bedroom stays on all night.
Even when it blinks off.
When it blinks off, it just comes
Oh,
back to the welcome screen.
oh, okay. No, mine turns off. Mine turns the television off.
Oh, yeah, no. The television stays on.
Okay.
I wake up to this a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. TV turns off and I wake up. So then I turn on the news and see all the horribleness that is
Ugh,
happening around us. Anyway.
the
Oh well.
world is on fire.
It is. It is. And Putin is butthurt.
Oh,
Oh.
he's so mad. You
Ah,
know he's so mad.
I know he's probably stomping around.
In his little tiny shoes.
Yep.
In his wee little pants.
And his tiny little penis.
He's just a wee little man.
All right, Lex.
um okay, we do have another weekend in
We
October. What
do.
do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I hadn't thought about it. I think we need to do one more. What's one more Halloween movie we've talked about? We
Um
said we're gonna do it this year.
well, we haven't really talked about a third. We talked about Halloween 2. We talked about Psycho 2, but I don't think we planned on October having 5 weeks.
I don't think I thought about that either, but this is that month with 5 of everything.
Yeah.
So what's the next one that we should watch?
So, do you want to watch another slasher? Do you want to watch something with a little bit of a comedy bent? Do you want to watch What are you feeling? I know slashers aren't your favorite.
No, but I don't mind them. But yeah, let's look at something funnier.
Okay.
It's about time to have a good laugh, huh?
Yeah.
What you got there that's a funny one?
Well, one that's I think on your list is Army of Darkness. That's the
Uh,
third Evil Dead movie.
I have had Army. It might not be on this one, but it is probably on one of my original ones. Yeah, nope, it's not on here. You want to do Army of Darkness?
Well, before we do that, let's see if it's streaming anywhere
Oh yeah.
because I don't know specifically if I own that one.
Ooh, The Sixth Sense.
That's not a sequel.
I see that, I know. I know.
Little Luli had her head on the moat.
Aw.
It says it's on Amazon, but that doesn't mean anything. So let's double check that. But I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think the Evil Dead movies are pretty good. And I'm one of those people that actually likes the first movie over the second one.
Oh,
And every few years there's a not Army of Darkness, an Evil Dead the musical that comes around. If you can find it, it's so funny.
okay.
It is absolutely worth the price of admission, included with Prime.
Oh, I'll be darned. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So let's watch that Army of Darkness.
Army of Darkness,
All right.
starring Bruce Campbell as Ash, the namesake of our cat.
Aw, we should watch that then, definitely.
Okay.
I love little Ash. He's such a sweet boy.
Yeah.
All three of your kitties are sweeties.
Yeah. I'm surprised Little Bean let you touch him.
He did not run away when I came in the house.
Really?
He was sitting on the treadmill, just sitting there. And I talked to him. Said, "How you doing, little man?" And then I went in the kitchen, and when I came back out, he let me pet him.
Well, the treadmill seems to be his safe zone.
Okay.
Whenever like sister runs around to try and get him, he runs to the treadmill and usually she does not follow him.
Okay.
Every once in a while when she's feeling squirrely, she'll follow him and he'll have to hiss at her. But the treadmill seems to be his safe zone.
Okay. Well, I did not go to him. I just talked to him. We our eyes met and we talked a little, and then I went into the kitchen. I did not approach him then.
Yeah.
So,
Did I tell you about my interaction with Butterscotch the other morning?
you did.
Yeah.
You did, and she's becoming more friendly?
She was on the porch, she was talking to me and I put down some food for her. And then I saw a little creep monk at the end of the porch and
Mhm.
I said to Butterscotch, I said, "Okay, honey, I'm going to move around you." I said, "I'm not going to touch you. I'm not going to step on you, I said, "But I'm going to step around you. I don't want you to be scared." And she was just kind of like, "Ooh, I don't like this." When I walked around her to put some food down in front of Creep Monk. Um, but as soon as I bent down to put food down for little Creepo, she came running up and was right. I could have touched her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and she was purring and she was eating the food. I said, "This is for little Creepo."
But but it's here
Yeah,
and I'm cute.
yeah,
Aw. She's getting used to you.
yeah.
I cannot believe that she's still around.
Me too.
As busy as your street is?
I, and
Oh my.
I'm pretty sure she's been here the entire time I have.
I I have to think that. I really do have to think that
Because there has always been an orange cat that has sat on the roof
on that roof.
across the way.
Yep. Yep, this whole time.
Yeah,
So maybe she's smart and doesn't go in the street.
I've seen her in the street.
Ay, ay,
I
ay.
have seen her fly across that street.
Ugh,
Granted, it was,
I don't want to
3 o'clock in the
think about.
morning,
Oh,
but still, I saw her rocking across the street. I said, "What are you doing?
oh,
Get out of that street."
yep,
Every time I see them on the porch, it's, "You guys stay out of the street today."
yep. They don't listen.
Nope. And my cats, when I leave the door open, their little heads are trying to poke out, like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I said, "Some kitties don't have mommies like you do.
Right.
So this mommy wants to be nice to them."
Oh,
And they're just like, "Okay, I accept that." They're
oh,
like, "You're gonna feed me too, right?" I'm like, "Of course I'm gonna feed you."
aw.
Yeah.
Look at Jelly's up there. He was listening to us talking,
Yeah.
but he did. And then I petted him when he was in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
He doesn't usually allow that.
No.
Maybe he's getting used to me.
Yeah. I mean, he's only been around 10 years. You've only been around for 10 years.
Well, I'll tell you what, that last one didn't like me, that poor little Cece monster.
He
Boy,
didn't like anybody.
he turned against me with a
Yeah,
vengeance.
he didn't like anybody.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
I miss his sweet little face.
Yeah, I miss him biting me. 'Cause
He
that's what he did a lot. Just
he,
bite me.
he had they were love bites.
Mm,
He had an opinion.
they were draw blood bites.
I know. These three sweet babies do not do that.
Luli does.
Well, she's a special kind of girl.
Yeah. She's spirited.
Yes. She's so pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Okay. Now I miss my
Reginald
Reginald
Manchego.
Manchego. I love that name.
It's a pretty fancy name, but he's a fancy little guy. He
He
deserves
is.
a fancy little name.
He is.
That's a dignified name.
You betcha.
His other name wasn't dignified.
Aw. And he comes to me. He listens when I ask when he's sitting on the window. I'll say, "What are you doing, Reginald?" And he'll turn his head at me. I'm so excited.
I'll talk to these guys and they'll just be like, "Oh, she's talking
Is she
again.
talking again?
She is talking again."
Oh my goodness, yes. I know. I know. I know. Oh well.
Talking again. Make her stop. Oh, she's coming over here.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Great. So let's do this.
Army of Darkness.
I will start studying now so I have plenty to talk about.
I will have to think about what I will have to explain from the first two movies to get us to this movie.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I don't know. I gotta explain the chainsaw hand. I'm gonna have to explain that because that happens early on.
Chainsaw hand,
It's got a chainsaw hand.
like Edward Scissors hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's like a stump with a chainsaw on it.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm excited.
Yeah. Ooh, I'll have to figure out a dinner.
We always do.
Yeah.
Did we talk about our dinner?
We didn't.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, did we have a good dinner today?
Yeah, we sure did. We were like, what? There's not a lot of eating in this movie. So we got our trays out, our prison trays out for hospital trays.
Yep.
And I looked at hospital menus all over the place, and every single one had chicken tenders on it.
Yes.
So we had chicken tenders.
That were handmade. They're not out of a bag.
Yeah, handmade chicken tenders. I
Yeah.
breaded them shits myself.
They were delicious.
And scalloped potatoes that
Which
were
which I
fabulous.
peeled. I thought I want to make this a little fancier, so I peeled them.
Oh, okay. I
And
can't say I noticed because I was just too busy eating.
I think that that was the perfect decision.
They were fabulous.
They were.
And steamed broccoli that was steamed with lemon and green onion and celery.
Yeah, that was in the bottom of the pan with the water.
It was so good.
It really was. I am never going to not throw a lemon and onion and celery in there.
Oh my god, it was like putting Mrs. Dash on the cooked broccoli without using Mrs. Dash at all.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That that hint of lemon
Oh my god.
made it so light and bright. It was fabulous.
Very fresh tasting.
Yep. Loved it.
Oh, it was delicious.
We had you had a pudding cup and I had a jello cup.
Yeah, dessert.
Yeah.
Plus, we're little kids.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted.
Well, yeah. So yeah, we ate very good today.
Yeah, I can't believe we almost forgot to talk about it.
Me either because it was so good.
I ate a lot.
I did too. And then I went back and had another bite of ay, so full.
Yeah,
It was so good.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Great.
Would you watch this movie again?
Probably not.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
No. I wouldn't watch the first one again, I don't think.
Yeah, I can see that.
It just nah.
Would you be interested in seeing Rob Zombie's interpretation?
You hate it so.
I hate it.
No, I don't want to see it if you hate it.
It's terrible. I will go on record and say that but I don't like most Rob Zombie movies.
Then no, I don't want to bother doing that.
I think Rob Zombie makes movies so his wife can look hot and say fuck a lot.
Oh jeez. Oh fuck that.
And it's just,
No, I don't want to see it if you're not interested, I don't.
yeah.
It's not good enough to see if you're not interested
And they're
in it.
really bloody. And the second one, I think the only song on the soundtrack is Nights in White Satin.
Oh. I like that song an awful lot.
Do you want to hear it 15 times in a movie?
Probably wouldn't mind. I may be singing that in my head the rest of the day.
Me too.
And
I shouldn't have even brought it up.
I might even pull it up on my computer. Been listening to the Carpenters a lot.
Richard's birthday is today or tomorrow? I
I don't
saw
like
that.
Richard.
Nobody does. Who the hell does?
He married his cousin.
That's gross.
Yeah. They have like 55 kids.
That's gross.
Yeah. And nobody saw that Karen was in distress. But anyway,
Yeah. Which is horrifying because
right.
she was definitely ill
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and she was definitely the bigger star.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There would be no Carpenter music if it weren't for her.
No.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then go home and listen to the Moody Blues.
Okay. I will.
And I'm going to go to bed
Okay. Well, I probably will too, but
because it is 10 after 6.
it's way past your bedtime. We have been to the midnight movie and then stopped at the Waffle House on the way home. I mean, this has gone way beyond your bedtime.
This last call was 3 hours ago.
Yeah, the midnight movie ended a long time ago.
And I don't know if you noticed, but I took my pills during the movie.
I did.
and I'm still awake.
Wow, okay. All right, well, I'll leave so you don't have to talk anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, we will see you next time on Movies with My Mother. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.